Hi all, Hipper here. Today I'm sharing a Fantasque Backstabber build with you. Well, not a build, a battle actually. The build is the same. It's just Philippe here, my usual commander, set up exactly the same way as he always is, and he works really well for me. I like him on Fantasque. So this battle is a little bit different. When the opportunity presents itself, the French destroyers are really good at flanking the enemy and also getting down behind them. And that's thanks to their like crazy speed, nearly well about 50 knots. You can cross the map in no time, and you can get down where you're actually useful very quickly. A normal destroyer at 35, 40 knots, it would take too long to really be of use. And if you can get down behind the enemy, you'll be able to spot all of them, and you'll get all the nice spotting damage from every single enemy on the map, and you'll get lots of XP for that. And of course, you're really helping your team because you're sitting down there behind the enemy lines, and you can torp the enemies, and at the same time spot for your team, and you'll make the enemy cruisers and destroyers have to retreat to go and track you down instead of actually advancing and helping out in capping stuff. And speaking of capping, you can see here I don't cap this this point here because it doesn't really matter, as there's no enemies to take it, so I'm not going to slow down to do that. Eventually someone else will come and cap it, and as long as the red team doesn't have it, then for now that's okay. So here we are, minute and a half into the game, and we are practically on the enemy's half of the map now. And you can see my team is very timid also, and so is the enemy team for that matter. So that's why I'm making the call now to not cap C and instead go down and hide basically behind the enemy fleet and see what general chaos I can create down there. Having a destroyer down behind your battleships is a terrible thing for the enemy team. It's just they're under constant torp attack, and they cannot angle correctly when they are facing the majority of my team, because they always have to make sure that they can escape from a potential torp attack, and usually that means showing broadside and running away. And showing broadside to the enemy team is, as we know, a very bad idea. So doing this is a way of forcing the enemy team to make mistakes. Now I have to say this, I only do that in this game because there's nobody at sea anyway. Had there been enemies over there, I would have taken the fight there and kept C, like I usually do. It's just because they all seem to be sticking around here in front of the B that I'll just take this opportunity to go down behind the team and annoy the hell out of them, basically. It's not something you should do in every battle. Like the battle needs to be set up for it. Otherwise, you're limiting your own usefulness, and that's not good. I mean, the whole team is relying on you to spot and cap. But as we have another destroyer on the team, and there's plenty of cruisers to cap, it's okay for me to be down here. So now that I'm sitting here, nobody can hide on the enemy team. I can spot them all, and there's pretty much nothing they can do about it, unless they send down a cruiser or a destroyer to hunt me down. But because Fantasque is so fast, I can outrun anybody. It doesn't matter who they send. There's no one who can catch me. So I'm basically untouchable down here, except for radar. But again, I'm not really relying on smoke, so it doesn't really matter too much to me. So the radar cruiser here happens to be in range, so we'll try to take him out first, because he's a threat to me, and also to the other destroyer on my team, and basically he's just the closest guy. And now there's an enemy destroyer coming down here to try to chase me out, like I said before. And he is right on the edge of my concealment. But because I'm so fast, there's no way he can catch up. So if I just don't turn, then he has no idea where I am. And he's just fumbling in the dark, basically. So now I got my speed boost, and I'll just leave him behind completely now. Until he gets so disoriented that he decides that I've gone a different way, and then I get back into doing some more torping. And remember, at the same time I'm doing this, I'm still spotting the whole enemy team. There goes the Indianapolis there. That's perfect, because then we don't have a radar cruiser to worry about. And we're 5 minutes in, we've killed one guy, we've done 50,000 damage. That's pretty good. Like, now is after the first 5-minute mark is where you decide, is what I'm doing good? Is it making any influence on the battle? In this case, I think I am. So instead of heading in, trying to torp more battleships, I am just taking it easy down here in the back and keeping this destroyer busy, while I am slowly trying to get in torp range and try to push these enemies into the center of the map, where they'll be in not only a crossfire, but in a really, really, really bad crossfire, because they don't have any cover or anything. Now I'm using the widespread torps here because I'm not really that concerned with hitting the guys. I just want to corral them into the middle of the map, and I do that better with a widespread. It looks more dangerous approaching, so hopefully he'll turn the right way then. And that's basically what I'm like, a sheepdog here, herding sheep into the middle of the map, into their death. While at the same time I'm trying to avoid that enemy destroyer that's down here chasing me, and there's not really much point in that. He's just wasting his whole game chasing me down instead of doing something useful to my team. So you can see now every single battleship is sitting broadside on, and that's what I want. That Odin there has really taken a beating already. He's about to sink, so that's perfect. Now the enemies have taken C, and I'm assuming that was the Cleveland who did that. So even if I had stuck around, had he approached, I would have to flee. I wouldn't take up fighting at Cleveland, so I would have lost that capture point regardless, and might even get sunk as well. So of course I didn't know that at the time, but it turns out I made the right decision. So now we have a Z-23 sitting there, prime target, so we'll just shoot off our first salvo here, which turns out to be AP. It was a bit of a mistake, could have cost us a lot there, but we'll switch to HE, and then we'll use the reload boost to get in a good amount of hits before he can actually retaliate. And the sore point of these German ones here are their turret traverse. So the more I can wiggle around and be quick, the less shots he'll get on me. So now he knows that time is up, and I'm evading his torps. He was a little bit obvious firing those. So we'll just take the last few hit points off him here, and then we have taken out a radar cruiser and a destroyer in this game, all the while sitting down in the back doing pretty much nothing. And that Jean-Bar also takes a beating. And here we have this unlucky destroyer guy here still chasing me down, and he's just shooting in anger, hoping to hit me. But I am concealed now. He gets a lucky shot in there though, but now I can fix my engine, and off we go.
Problem solved, sir.
And so now we're into the last 5 minutes, almost anyway, and it's time to really push and punch through. Now is the time that the battle has to be won. The enemies are close. We can take them all out if we're lucky. So I'm heading in here where there's an Iowa and a Jean-Bar somewhere. At this point, I'm guessing that the Jean-Bar is hiding there on the right. I just saw it quickly, and it is. So when I get around the corner, I'm gonna try to torp him, and at the same time, I'll try to take a few pot shots at that Iowa there. I know it's not gonna do much, but why not? It doesn't make. So here, the Jean-Bar is around the corner, and he is totally unprepared. So we'll just fire 2 rounds at him. Just wait to fire the last one. Then I get stuck on an invisible rock here. This is excellent. So just reverse and get off that. Now the battle is won here. Actually, it's been won for a long time, but now it's definitely won. And I'm just gonna cap B to be absolutely sure that we'll be victorious. I'm just gonna wait till that cruiser there is out of my concealment range before I go around the corner. As soon as he hits 5 kilometers, I'll just turn in and then I'll cap. And then I'm sure that destroyer will hunt me down again because he knows where I'm at as soon as I start capping. So I could choose here to fire at this Cleveland here, but it's a bit of a risk. He's not broadside on, so I'm choosing not to. I'll just cap instead and await this destroyer's imminent arrival. And someone else got the Cleveland anyway there. So after I cap this cap here, then I could just sail to the edge of the map and be sure to survive and everything is good. But as you are the destroyer, you're supposed to spot as much as you can, and I mean, even if I die, we'll still win comfortably. There's only 1 DD left, unless he torps everybody else, then we'll be fine. So if he shows up, I'm now making the decision to chase him down. So there he is, just as we expected, and we'll just get away while he's still outside our detection range, and we'll get in a few cheeky shots here when he's turning. He doesn't know where we are yet. And we'll go around the corner before we get spotted, so he still doesn't know exactly where I'm at.
Requesting support. Roger. Engine boost deactivated.
So now I'm hoping to get a good broadside shot at him while he's running for his life from my teammates. And he's somewhere. There he is. So we'll get a good few shots at him, and then because of the slow turret traverse, we'll just turn around and we should be fine. And it got us a high caliber, that 1 salvo there, so we got something out of it. I don't get to kill him, unfortunately, but it's close. So here we are, the end of the battle, and we played very defensively, very carefully, and we sat behind the enemies for most of the game, and we only sunk the ones that we actually got a chance to sink, and we still got away with 3 and 130 damage, and a lot of XP, and that's mostly because of the spotting. I'm thinking spotting and spotting damage. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and it's just another kind of way to play Le Fantasque. Anyway, Hyper out.